Today I'll be discussing the song 25 or 6 to 4 by Chicago. 25 or 6 to 4 is the 14th song from Chicago's second self-titled record, commonly referred to as Chicago 2, which was released January 26, 1970. Chicago was a jazz rock fusion band, and they were leading the charge in introducing the world to the genre of fusion. They're one of the greatest bands, in my opinion, of all time, and I think that 25 or 6 to 4 is also one of the greatest songs of all time. Now, I would like to say it's my favorite Chicago song. It probably is my favorite, but there's another Chicago song that I think is their best song, and it's not 25 or 6 to 4. I'll do another video on that song some other time. Well, anyways, we're here to talk about 25 or 6 to 4. So the song is written by the band's pianist Robert Lamm, and it's sung by the band's bassist Peter Cetera. They both have incredible voices, but Cetera really shines on this one. But the song is also full of virtuosity from the entire band when it comes to the guitar, the bass, the drums, vocals, and the horns. The horns that are featured in the band are the trumpet, saxophone, and trombone. So let's get into the song. I'll discuss the lyrics and what the song's about, and then later on we'll listen to the song. As usual, you know the drill. And I want to start off by saying that there aren't really any other popular songs out there that are quite like 25 or 6 to 4. Musically, of course, but I'm specifically referring to the lyrical content of the song. On the surface, if you were to introduce yourself to the song by first looking at the lyrics, it seems like it's about a whole lot of nothing. There's no real story being told. But 25 or 6 to 4 is really a song about writing a song. And now I'll show you what I mean. So it starts off, Peter Cetera singing the first verse, waiting for the break of day, searching for something to say, flashing lights against the sky, giving up, I close my eyes. And then the chorus, the whole band sings, sitting cross-legged on the floor, 25 or 6 to 4. Second verse, staring blindly into space, getting up to splash my face, wanting just to stay awake, wondering how much I can take. And then another chorus, which is different this time, with the whole band singing as well. Should I try to do some more, 25 or 6 to 4? And then Peter Cetera sings a high, oh yeah, right as we get into one of the greatest guitar solos of all time, played by Terry Kath, which is about a minute and a half in length. We'll get to hear that later, of course. And then we come back for the third verse. Feeling like I ought to sleep, spinning room is sinking deep, searching for something to say, waiting for the break of day. And then the last chorus is just 25 or 6 to 4, 25 or 6 to 4. So what's going on here in these lyrics? Songwriter Robert Lamm has said in an interview, and I'm paraphrasing here, that he was up late one night in a hotel room writing a song, but he just couldn't come up with the right lyrics for the song. And he eventually just gave up on writing the lyrics and more or less told his experience of the songwriting process. So with that in mind, the lyrics start to make a little more sense. Waiting for the break of day, searching for something to say. Waiting for the break of day, he's up late at night, searching for something to say. Trying to think of some good lyrics to write. Giving up, I close my eyes. Eventually he just gives up and goes to bed. And the whole song more or less is just following that same sentiment. But also, what the hell does 25 or 6 to 4 mean? Well, with the context of the song in mind, I think it's safe to assume that 25 or 6 to 4 is the time that Robert Lamm was writing this song, and maybe it's the time he finished the song. 25 or 26 minutes until 4 a.m. So 3:34, 3:35 a.m. Like I said earlier, there's not a whole lot going on here, but that's just the uniqueness of this song. It's basically a lyrical throwaway, but musically it becomes so much grander than that. And what can we take away from these lyrics? It's Robert Lamm giving us his experience of songwriting, but it can be a little more than that. To the listener, it's a relatable experience of being up late, trying to get some work done, but you're just in an intellectual rut. Maybe you're not thinking straight, you're just tired, you want to go to sleep, but you also want to stay up and finish the task at hand. So now let's listen to 25 or 6 to 4. I'll start by saying that if you're a Green Day fan, this riff might sound familiar to you. I think Billy Joe Armstrong might have been a little inspired by 25 or 6 to 4. So the song's going to start off with Terry Kath on guitar and Peter Cetera on bass playing the lead riff, and then the drums will enter, and then the horn section enters, and then that'll continue through the first verse. So let's hear the intro. Alright, we're just about to begin the first verse. And what I want you to pay attention to here, which is just incredible songwriting, is Peter Cetera sings a vocal line, and then the horns answer with a line of their own. They'll do that a couple times, and then Peter Cetera introduces a new vocal melody for the third line, and then the horns have a new answer for that. So let's hear the first verse now.
Waiting for the break of day, searching for something to say, flashing lights against the sky, giving up, I close my eyes.
And that's the intro. Love those little caps that the horns play after each vocal line. Now we're going to hear the first chorus.
Sitting cross-legged on the floor, 25 or 6 to 4.
And what I love during the chorus here is Terry Kath just kind of filling in some space here by playing just a simple phrase on his guitar.
Cross-legged on the floor, 25 or 6 to 4.
And that's the end of the first chorus, and now we're going to go into a little instrumental break here, which features the first guitar solo of the song played by Terry Kath. And I will say that the guitar solo in this section it's a little quiet in the mix. You got to listen for it. And now we're getting into the second verse. Now, there's something added to this verse which we didn't hear in the first verse. Like I said earlier, Peter Cetera sings a vocal line, and then the horns have their answer, but now we also have Terry Kath answering by playing little solo runs in between each of the vocal lines.
Staring blindly into space, getting up to splash my face, wanting just to stay away, wondering how much I can take. Should I try to do some more? 25 or 6 to 4.
And now we're about to hear Terry Kath's minute-and-a-half long guitar solo, which in my opinion is one of the greatest guitar solos of all time. And during his solo, drummer Danny Serafin is playing these fills at a few different points that are just some absolutely killer fills. Let's hear them. Oh, come on. Come on, we gotta hear that fill again. Danny Serafin is just murdering on the drums. Gotta love it. what are we hearing? That's right, he's using a wah-wah pedal. You're hearing wah-wah in a fusion song from 1970. Let's back that up and then let the rest of the solo play out. Alright, so now we've heard the full guitar solo, we've heard the main riff come back, and now the whole band's coming back together with the horns to play that main riff as a full band once again before heading into the last verse. And also, notice here, they're doing the main riff, the main full band riff, but Terry Kath is still going on his guitar. I mean, the solo's over, but he's just doing some solo runs still. There's some little fills just noodling around. Just showing off at this point. Come on.
Feeling like I ought to sleep. Spinning room is sinking deep. Searching for something to say. Waiting for the break of day. Ooh, 25 or 6 to 4. 25 or 6 to 4.
So that's the last chorus. The song's almost over, but we still have 40 seconds left. And Terry Kath isn't finished with us yet. He's going to give us another guitar solo on his way out, and then the whole band's just going to build up for one release for the end of the song. And as you might have just heard for a second or two there, he's letting you know that he's coming back. So let's back it up a few seconds. Let's hear the ending of the song.
6 to 4.
And that is 25 or 6 to 4 by Chicago. An absolute masterclass in songwriting. Maybe not a masterclass in lyrical writing, but hey, what did Robert Lamb do? He realized he wasn't able to write some lyrics. He wrote some lyrics anyway, and he said, alright guys, here's what I got for the song so far. And then the rest of the band took it from there. And they made one of the greatest songs of all time. Love that song. Love Chicago. Next episode, we're doing another Chicago song. And I will venture out to say that it might be Chicago's best song. So stay tuned for that. But come on. I can't get enough of Terry Kath's guitar playing on the song, Danny Serafin's drumming, Peter Cetera's singing. Oh, this might be a perfect song. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching.